Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brian McAfee. I'm going to be doing a 20-30 minute introduction to Trading Axis. It's just basically a little more in depth than the little video you can see on the website or on the forums that I post, so you can get to know a little bit more about the system. As usual, this is a stupid warning you see in videos about currency trading offering great potentials, yet great blah 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 for loss. Basically, it means trade with money you have and to lose, and not money that you can't afford to lose. If you have any questions or concerns over that statement, contact an independent financial advisor. Okay, so about me, my name again is Brian. I'm 40. I live in Texas. I've been trading binary options full time for, well, it says a year here, but I think October 18th, it'll be 2 years for me trading full time. In total, I've been trading binary options for almost 3.5 years now. And, well, yeah, right around 3.5 coming up. It wasn't always good. I've just in the last 2 years gotten to the point where I am doing it successfully. I originally got my start scalping Forex in 2008. A friend of mine talked me into trying it, said it was real easy. Pick up or down, basically, and let it go, and then sell it when you made enough money. I blew 3 accounts, but the one thing that did happen is I fell in love with trading. Uh, by early 2009, that's when I had blown 3 accounts, and I was like, no, I figured out I fell in love with it. But I started buying DVDs, buying books. I went to a couple seminars. Um, right about the time I was about to go Forex to get back into it, a friend of mine showed me binary options, and I actually liked it more because stop losses just pissed me off, to be pretty blunt about it. I have gotten back into Forex trading, but I scalp now with my system, and I'm trading Nadex with my system also. So binary options has definitely helped to build my confidence back up. So it is a great way to get your foot into the door with trading, get your entry down, and then all you have to worry about is learning exit later on. A little more about me. I used to run my own computer consulting business. I based this book off of how I did tutorials or manuals for my customers. It's an interactive book. I'll give you a brief look at the book once we're done with all the blah blah blahing. But basically, the book's interactive. It has pictures. It's well written. I hope. If it's not, let me know. In videos, you basically go through each chapter. The chapter gives descriptions. It's text. Sorry if you can hear the alerts going off. I have MT4 running in the back live. But the book is text, and then you have a video embedded in each chapter. You click on the video, and it walks you through the subject matter live on, well, not live, but recorded on an MT4 screen. So if it shows you how to use each indicator that's in the system. I started off teaching binary options 9 months ago. Now it's November 7th will be Trading Axis's 1 year anniversary going live to the public. Like, we're actually put a book out. I had been doing some coaching. Trading Axis came around because I was teaching my friends and other people, and then they told friends. So it started off as I did a couple Word documents, and then it just got to the point where I pretty much had a book. It just wasn't formatted very well. It was ugly and confusing. So I went ahead and did Trading Axis and decided to offer it up to the public. I'll get a little bit more into why I did that next. Um, who would use a trading strategy? If you're new to trading or a novice and you have little to no idea what you're doing, Trading Axis is a technical trading system, and it requires very little knowledge of price action, basically momentum. If you can identify momentum, you could probably jump into Trading Axis. The learning degree for a new trader, on average with the guys I deal with, gals too, their learning time is about a 2 to 4 week demo period before they hit their goal, which is 65% ITM, and they go live. Once they hit 65% ITM, I'm very confident in letting them know, yes, go ahead and go live now. You won't be losing any money. Most brokers with a 70% payout, 60% will actually keep you from losing money, but I prefer them to be at 65% because at least you're seeing a little progress in the account each day instead of 60% where you're just barely breaking even. That's kind of discouraging to trade every day and not see your account grow a little bit. So for a novice trader, the system does work pretty well. It does take a little bit longer. I ask that you demo. If you don't want to demo, that's fine. You're blowing your own money. But the normal, I think the fastest I had a brand new trader go was 2 weeks. But normally about 3 weeks is where they start hitting their 65%. We're really looking for you to hit it consistently, though, not just one time, on a daily basis. And normally when you hit your third week and you do 65%, or even your second week and you hit 65%, I prefer you go the whole month. That way you have that confident saying, I'm doing 65%, I'm ready to trade. The second group of students I get really are intermediate level traders looking for structure to their trading to become more consistent. The other thing I get is people who've been trading for a long time, but just haven't. They're successful one week and they're not the next. That's a lot of the other traders I pick up. With those, normally, again, the ramp up time to them going live, 1 to 2 weeks. If you already have a little bit of background, I mean, like I said, momentum is your number one skill you would need to learn. If you don't know it, I do have several videos I give out to you that will help you learn momentum. You're in the Skype room with us live, where I think we're up to about 50 people in there now. If I'm not there, they can answer questions on momentum. Everyone in the Skype room shares their chart, so pretty quickly you'll get an idea of what to stay in and out of. But it is good for intermediate to well, even if you've been trading a year or two and you just haven't gotten it down. I have a couple guys who they've been trading 2 years. They just never got consistent. And that's the key to it, is becoming consistent with your trading. So it's good for new people. I don't want to call you newbies, novices, I guess would be a more politically correct word. And it's also good for intermediate level, medium level, even experienced traders who just can't seem to get consistent. Um, why use a trading strategy? Trading Access is a rules-based trading system. It basically helps you build the discipline and consistency that in a lot of cases can help you become a successful trader. I teach money management and how to use the system. It's rules-based. Once you hit 65%, if you follow the rules and use proper money management, your account's going to grow. If you don't follow the rules, all I can say is good luck. I mean, you're never going to grow. Whether with my system or you're an 80% ITM trader, if you can't become consistent with money management, you're not going to make money. Some of the reasons people like the rules-based systems that people have come to me why is they've lost so much that when they finally do get into a trade, they just sit there and watch it go by. I mean, they're scared to take the trade. They're so tired of losing money. It, like it says on the screen, that it paralyzes the trader. They're scared to take trades anymore. But then they go back to demo. They're good. Go to live. They fail. Each trade place is governed by a predetermined set of rules that does not deviate unless market action dictates so. Let's break that down to English. If the market's ranging, trade. If it's a light trend, trade. Medium to heavy trend, stay out. That is Trading Access's weakness. It does not work on a medium to heavy trend. I'll get into the end where there's an exception to that rule, because we do have one where we will trade any conditions anytime. But I'll get into that in the end of the video. Okay, so another reason people like it is simplicity in training. I can see what you see. Everybody in the room has pretty much the exact same charts. Mine vary a little bit because I'm always kind of trying out the next thing that I want to offer into the system. It's a system, not a strategy, so everyone's charts are the exact same, which allows for an accelerated learning curve depending on your skill set. What I mean is, if you're a new trader, an old trader, whatever, since everyone's using the same charts in the Skype room, it helps because someone will call out and say, hey, Euro's setting up for a trade. You can look at it, and if you don't understand why, you can ask in the room, why is it setting up for a trade? I don't get it. Or if you take a trade, you just post your chart to the room and say, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? And you get immediate feedback to it. When I'm there, it's always immediate feedback. Yeah, I've even seen some of the senior guys in the room now where they're helping out, and they will tell you what you did wrong with the chart. But basically, the trading system, if you're looking for something that's rules-based, technical trading, this is not a heavy system on price action. It's a good way to learn price action in the long run, but it is a technical trading system. It is not a price action system. So if you're looking for a price action system, I'm real clear and cut with the system. If it's not going to be for you, don't get it. But if you're looking for an easy way to jump into trading and learn how to trade on a rules-based technical side, great system. You'll still pick up price action. It comes into play as you become more advanced in the system. I take you, not to the side, but I'll PM you in the Skype room when we work on it. More in that in the room. I'll mention it again in the end of the video, but if you want to jump into the room for a few days, see how things run, you can just send me a PM, hit me up on Skype. I'll give you the information at the end. I throw you into the room for a couple days so you can see if the system is something that would work for you, because, I mean, God knows you don't want to spend your money unless it's something that's going to work for you. That's stupid. So that basically covers why you'd want to use a trading system, because you can do rules. You want to have a technical trading system, not price action, even though price action will come into the play as you get better. Price action definitely increases your ITM percentage. So about trading access, again, like I said, it's a rules-based trading system. I say that like 10 times in the video because some people think that it's just a wide open. No, you're going to have a set of rules to follow. You follow the rules, you'll do well. You don't follow the rules, you're not. It's for price reversals. I don't do trend trading. I suck at it. I have my own trend trading system, but I bump up the time frames. This is a 5-minute system. You trade off a 5-minute chart with a 5-minute expiry. If you're using a broker such as Markets World, it'll be a 5 to 7-minute expiry. But it is a so if your broker, let's say you're locked into a broker, because I want to mention this, I've given a few people refunds because you're locked into a broker that doesn't have 5-minute trades and you took a bonus and need to do 30 times of $2,000. Don't get the system because it's not going to help you out with doing anything. This system on a 15-minute, 30-minute time frame, it'd take you 2 years to get enough trades to do your rollover. So again, I don't want you to get something you can't use if you're thinking about getting it. Okay, again though, it is 5-minute charts, 5-minute expiry for price reversals, not following the trend. So we're trading reversals. One of the reasons I like reversals is because I can stack up or use Confluence to pinpoint when a reversal is. With trend trading, I have no idea how to do that on a short-term time, like 5 minutes. Okay, so trades are placed when all rules are met and price falls into the entry window. What that means is how it works, and I'll show you. Well, let's jump to the next one. The system gives you alerts when you need to jump to a chart to review it for a potential trade. It says potential there, not trade. You will get alerts. So the way this works, let me go back to here before I go to the next one. The way it works, you get an alert. It's going to tell you go to the chart. The first thing you do is you go to the chart and confirm it's a valid alert. If it's a valid alert, you go on to the next set of rules, which is going to be looking for your reason for entry. If that is valid, then you're going to follow your entry rule. If at any time one of these steps is not met, you bail on the trade. You do not take the trade, just wait for the next one. There's going to be plenty of trades during the day. I average each session 5 to 10 trades. When I say session, London, US, and I would say Asia. I don't trade until Tokyo actually opens, but Asia session. But 5 to 10 trades, as you're starting off, you get more or less that. But you need to be able to follow rules again. You have to be patient. The biggest problem people have is jumping in a candle early on this system because it looks good, but it didn't meet the rules. So they learn pretty quick. Just wait for the rules to confirm. Even if it doesn't look like it's going to hit. So it doesn't hit. You're not going to take a loss. Wait for the next trade. So again, patience, follow the rules to the T. You'll do pretty well. Next, the strengths of the system. It works great, like I said, in a ranging market, lightly trending markets, and at the end I'll get into any market conditions where it works. It allows you to monitor multiple currency pairs at once by giving an alert. You don't have to, you can, and I do this. I scroll through charts so that I can catch a setup early, but let's say you're watching a movie and you have your laptop on your lap. You could watch a movie, wait for an alert to pop, jump to that chart, and start following your set of rules. So it depends on how you like to trade. I'm more active with the charts, but towards the end of the day, I wander around the house, crank up my volume, and let the alerts go. And if I make it in time to take a trade, great. If not, oh well. I pick up 2-3 trades sometimes in a day by just leaving my alerts on and coming to play with it. The alerts, when they pop, they're going to provide you with high probability trades. And it does, by following the rules, it does away with the guessing when to enter them. You are going to be taught when to take an entry and when not to. If it does not meet entry criteria, pass the trade, wait for the next one. I tell you at which point on the candle to take it and at what time frame you're going to take it. So really, I mean, you are being told when to trade. All you have to decide is, I have my alert, look at the chart, get qualified, is it a good reason, is there momentum, whatever. We go through all that in the rules and what you need to look for when you're taking the trade. But it does away with 75% of you deciding, hey, do I need to take this trade or not? So it really helps out, especially with new traders, when all you have to concentrate on is follow the rules first. We'll work on momentum, things like that with you as you learn. Weaknesses. Will fail in a medium to heavy trending market. And if you cannot follow rules, control your impulses, a rule-based system may not be for you. You also want to make sure that you're looking for a technical-based system, not a price action system. Again, price action in this system does help quite a bit as you learn it, but if you're looking for a price action system, definitely not for you. This is a technical based system. Okay, so last question a lot of people get is, why do I do the book? Why do I teach? One of the things I noticed is, as I taught my friends and I got into the binary options, what would you call it, world, there was so many scam systems out there. I mean, I'm not going to say any names here, but when you see those lovely, well, the first one that got me started, and it's probably along with the other ones, my friend mentioned it, I YouTubed it, I saw that one with 60-second trading, where you do 5 trades. You take your first one, second one, third, and you martingale them if one loses, and by the 5th one, it's 100% you won't lose. I kept getting people that asked me to teach them and had gone through that, and it just aggravated me. I mean, I think it's kind of crap that people do that to other people just to make money. The other reason, I have nothing to lose by teaching you how to trade binary options. It's us against the brokers, unlike Forex trading or traditional trading, where if you win, a real person on the other side and lost. So if we have 100,000 people out running around with my system, we're all trading the same way, nobody's going to be on the other side of that trade. I don't care what your broker said, they're not an exchange. If you're trading binary options, it's you against them. I've had a couple of these, I don't know what you want to, without cussing, I can't say it. A couple of these shady brokers tell me they're exchanges, and that's why a trade didn't go in right away. It's crap. It's you against the broker. They hold your money. You win, it's your money. You lose, it's their money. Flat as that. Simple as that. I enjoy teaching. That's why I got into the computer field, because I like teaching. The biggest thing I've gotten out of doing this, it's nice to see it when the light bulb moment when people say, hey, I finally get this. And it makes it worth it all the time for me. The other reason I did it, and I mentioned it at the beginning with the too many scams, binary options needs to be held to the same standards as the traditional trading markets. We're all using the same charts. Binary options is just another method, just like Nadex, or however you say it. If you're doing scalping, we all use charts. I know some people say binary options is gambling. It's not gambling. It's definitely not gambling. We're all using charts, and we are all dealing with the market. Someone that's taking a scalp for 5 pips or 10 pips on a reversals, basically we're doing the same thing here. We're taking short-term trades just like a scalper. So if anyone tells you it's gambling or that it's unpredictable, that's BS. But basically, I mean, I do it because I love it. You can, if you come join the room again, you can jump in there anytime. I'll leave you in there a couple days. Talk to my students. I won't say a word. You ask them whatever you want. I do it because I enjoy it, and I like to see people succeed. So what's required of you if you decide to get the system? The one thing that I ask, and it's not like I'm punishing anyone, it is to help you succeed. All I ask is that you're willing to mark and share charts. It helps me identify your strengths and weaknesses so that we can help you along in learning. If you have a problem with identifying trending or ranging markets, I'll be able to identify it immediately, because if you're trading on a trending market, I'll be able to say, well, why? And you say, well, I didn't know. So again, that's the one thing that I ask out of you. If you can share your charts with me, I show you how to do it. You don't have to save jack to your hard drive. You're going to right-click your chart, save as picture, hit OK, and copy the link to me. It's as simple as that. Optional, but highly recommended. Most of the people that have started off and not been in the Skype room that have joined the Skype room are doing well. If you participate, or you don't even got to participate. I got some lurkers in there, and when I say lurker, I mean they come to the room, they don't say a word, they just watch everyone post up their charts, watch the discussion over the chart, so that we can tell them what they did wrong or if it was a good trade, and they're learning that way. They don't even got to participate in the room. I know some people are, I don't want to say antisocial, but they're shy. And some of the guys that have been shy and were lurkers for 6 months, heck, they're some of the noisiest people in the room now because they've built their confidence. But basically, I have a Skype room. Once you get the system, you always have access to the Skype room. You get to talk to other students, members, which I like to call them, because a lot of them aren't even students anymore. Some of them are outdoing me now. But you get to talk to them. If you want to ask me about ITM, I say come join the room, ask my students. My ITM's irrelevant. I've been doing this 3 years. I will take some trades that don't even, and I'm being just brutal honest here, I'll take trades that don't meet the requirements of the system, because I've been doing it for 3 years, and over the 3 years my price action skills have developed a little bit so that I could probably spot things that others can't. But some of the guys we got in the room, we got a guy that's been trading for 20 years. He blows me away. But back to subject, you get to learn from other people's success and failures, basically. So if you're shy, come join the Skype room. You don't have to talk. Watch what's going on there. Plus, you get your updates, and if you don't want to talk to them, also, again, you share your chart directly to me. Just send me the link in a private message. I'll review the chart and go over it with you. The one thing I do stress is you must be willing to put a little bit of work in. I mean, there's no other system out there that you're going to buy, and you have the person who made the system sitting in a room with you day in, day out, willing to answer questions for you, look at your charts, and answer them real time. It's just not out there. 99% of the systems out there, they sell it to you and disappear, and you can't even get help from them because they're just scam systems. That's basically the end of it. I'm trying to think if I missed anything. I don't think so. So let's take a look at the book real quick. This is what the book looks like. It's version 2.0. 1.0 went out about 3 months ago. I have to mention, 2.0 came around because of requests from my students. Their requests and some of my ideas, but I would say 75% of the changes that came around in the system were from requests from the students. So I do listen. We're already in the works for 3.0. If I had to say, we're probably on version 2.4 about now, where we have some changes in it that are just making trades easier and easier to identify. So let's take a look at the book. Introduction. I don't know if how clear you'll be able to see it. Basically, this is my philosophy on trading. Price on the left-hand side. We're looking for a confluence of different levels to cause a price reversal. I refer to it as you're swimming out into the ocean. If you get 3 different reasons for price lining up coming at you, it's going to knock you back. The confluence trading of reversals is what you're going to be learning. So this is a table of contents, what you'll see. I'm not going to read it off to you. I'll leave it up on the screen for 10-15 seconds. Pause the video if you want to read through it. Counting in my head for you. Okay, warning, we already saw that. Let's jump in so you can see how each chapter is written. So, like pivot points and round numbers, here it is. You'll get a description of what it's going through, and it says please click picture of a video. If you click the picture, what happens is it pops up to this. You enter the password you provided, and if I click watch video, it would start the video. It does go full screen just like this. This chapter, turn off the volume or else that'll get confusing. But you have the whole video right here that walks you through the indicator. I get bored as hell reading, and I'd prefer to see what I'm doing. I walk you through each indicator. I find it's really important you understand what each indicator does. Not just get a system, load a template. Yes, you're provided a template, but you go through and learn each indicator and how they work together, kind of like a clock with gears. Everything has to mesh together to work nicely. By me teaching you each indicator, you understand how the system works, and it gives you a better chance of getting a good ITM, basically. That sums it up for the book. Each chapter is structured the same way. Here's chapter 8. It's daily highs. We give a little bit of a reason behind it. Go into a video. Chapter 9, putting it all together. Pre-trep trading, I have some checklists in here. Here's the rules. You click on this and it opens up the rules for you. You click on this one, it gives you a little checklist of what to do when you're taking trades. When you're first starting off, the checklist helps a lot because it's a new system. It's just like when you're in school, you're learning a new skill. So the checklist will let you just check off and mark, yep, good, I'm ready for a trade. So I really think the checklist helps out a lot. Let's take a look at what you would be seeing on a day-to-day basis then. This is what the charts look like. If we look, it says put alert EUR Euro GBP. So let's jump over what that meant. What that meant, there's 2 different types of alerts you're going to get. You're going to get put alert, call alerts, and value chart alerts. But if you look, it was a red arrow and price dropped on it. What I tell everyone, do not trade the arrow. All the arrow is to show you there's a high probability trade. You still need to follow the rules, but it's a little bit high probability than just the normal trades. Again, I don't want to tell anyone that these arrows are super 100% reliable, but if you got an arrow, as you can see, price here did close lower. It came up with a second arrow because price opened back up, moved up, and generated a second arrow. But even if you would have taken the second arrow, Still would have been ITM. Let me turn off auto scroll so I can show you, because I definitely do not want to give anyone the impression that you can just trade the arrows and be successful. Okay, so I turned off auto scroll. Let's take a look back. We have 3 arrows here. Okay, let's find a loser. And you wouldn't trade every single one of those. Well, you could, I guess, but technically I wouldn't. Okay, well, this one, depending on your entry, would have been ITM or OTM. But as you can see, this is a close one. The arrow isn't always going to give you a clean, clear-cut trade, because here's where price closed, and here's where price closed. If you would have followed the rules, your entry would have been most likely down here, because you wouldn't have ever taken that trade where price is currently. That was a win. Here we go. This one, clear loss. Even with a broker, price is just about at the bottom of this candle, and the actuality of you getting in perfectly at the bottom of that candle, and then your broker saying this was an ITM, is about 0. So that's what the charts look like. You get the alerts, which I showed you. It has quite a few indicators on it. Don't stress over it. The first step only looks at 2 things. After the 2 things, then you move on to the next step and the next step. Each step takes a look at a certain set of indicators, and that's what you learn in the book. I'd mentioned that there is some points in it we completely ignore the rules. Now, this was a fluke when we had this indicator coded on metals, gold and silver. If you get a double arrow, we're running, one of the girls in the room is running 78%. I'm currently running about 82%. This is not overall trading. This is on gold and silver only. Whenever we get a double arrow, the likelihood of price dropping is just crazy high. All I can say is it's a fluke. I'm loving it. A lot of the guys in the room are loving it too, because it's just nice. If we look here, this was one of the rare occurrences where we got 3, but even with the second arrow, this one came in ITM because I took it up at the top because price just hovered there. But then price shot up again. But it's one of the rare occurrences where we get 3. No, actually, this is the one I opened up with Markets World because they gave me an ITM. They said my price closed at, I think it was 22432 when price closed at 420, and I videotaped the trade. If you can see again, double arrow, and it shoots up. I mean, it's the only time I toss out the rules for the system. So gold and silver are great. The bad thing about it is you don't get the double arrows all the time. You can get about 5 to maybe 7 trades a day with the double arrows. So it's the only time we break the rules with the system, but it's a great way to trade. I mean, it's kind of fun because it's just ridiculous how often it works. If you have any questions, let me, let's see, I'll do Notepad. This will probably be easiest. If you have any questions about the system, feel free to hit me up through the forums. My email is brian@tradingaxis.com. Ooh, I can't spell. And on Skype, I think you can search by either one of these email addresses and find me. If not, just send me a PM or add me to ask you. Again, if you want to come join the room, check it out, see how the system works, see how the students are doing or the members are doing, ask them questions. Again, I don't butt in at all. You can ask them whatever you want. Ask them if they think the system sucks, if they like it, whatever. I could care less because I'm very open and transparent about what I do. The system you're seeing might differ a little bit from what they have, because this is actually probably the I'd say 2.4, maybe 2.5 here if one of these indicators pans out and works. But again, I mean, hit me up if you like it. I do give, if you come talk to me on Skype first, introduce yourself, tell me a little bit about your background in trading, I give you a discount for the system, of course. And there is a few rare occurrences where I would, and don't take this the wrong way, there's a few rare occurrences where I will just tell you I don't think the system's for you after talking to you. That typically comes down to, I get people who think that they're going to make 100% ITM and they're demanding, what's my ITM percentage going to be? I don't know yet. If you can follow rules and you can do proper money management, you'll do well. If you can't, then you're not going to do well, but you're not going to do well trading ever then. You're not going to do well with any system, any strategy, anything. You just, and don't take it the wrong way, you're going to fail. You have to be consistent and have be able to control your impulses. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video. I don't want to ramble on about that too long. I do it enough in the rooms. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please get in touch with me if you'd like to come join the room and check it out. And again, introduce yourself on Skype if you're interested in buying the system. There's my email addresses. You can email me directly there if you want to get on Skype, or just search for those email addresses on Skype and it'll pop me up. I'm on Skype, God knows, all the time. I'm always on my phone, my tablet, or the computer. So hit me up if you like. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Again, if you have any questions, post them in the forums, hit me up directly, hit me up on Skype. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it cleared up a few questions people had about the system and why I do everything I do. Thank you for your time, and you have a great day.